Okay, we're going to be multiplying positive and negative numbers. Let's talk about multiplying negative numbers. Okay, if you're multiplying numbers and one of those numbers is negative, then the final result will be negative. If you're multiplying numbers and two of the numbers are negative, then your final answer will be positive. And you can either write a positive sign or you can leave it blank or no sign at all. Okay, if you're multiplying and there are three negatives multiplied, your final answer will be negative. If you're multiplying and there are four negatives when multiplying, then the final answer will be positive. And if you're multiplying and there were five negatives, when you multiply with a total of five negatives, your final answer will be negative. So let's get started using these keys. So we have a negative 1 times a negative 1. First, we'll just worry about the 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So since we have two negatives here, the final answer will be positive. Now you don't have to put the plus there. You can just simply leave it blank as just blank and a 1, and that's still positive 1. Here we have negative 2 times negative 1, so we just say 2 times 1 is 2. Two negatives is again going to be positive. So this will be a positive or blank. 2 times 2 is 4. And the negative times negative, two negatives is a positive 4. Here we have a negative here outside of a negative 2 times negative 2. Now the negatives on the outside of a parentheses are considered negative 1s. The technical word for this is an understood 1. So invisible ones are called understood ones. So when we multiply by 1 times 2, we get 2. 2 times 2, we get 4. And there's a total of 3 multiplying negatives. 1, 2, 3. So 3 multiplying negatives will be negative. So this will be a negative 4. So once again, we'll assume this to be a negative 1. So we'll say 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 4 is 12. So this ends up being 12. 3 negatives gives us a negative 12. I'm going to assume that this is a 1, so 1 times 5 is 5, and 5 times 3 gives us 15. This is 3 negatives, so when we multiply by 3 negatives, we will get negative here, so this is negative 15. The last one here, we have negative 1 times negative 3 times positive 4. We won't worry about the negatives. Just 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 4 is 12. Since we have two negatives here, two negatives we saw be positive or blank. So this is a positive 12. Here we have 2 times 2, which is 4, and 4 times 4, which is 16. So this is 16. Since there's only one negative here, one negative multiplied means the final answer is negative. Here we have understood 1 times 1 is 1, times 4 is 4, times 5 is 20. So this will be a 20. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives, so this will be a positive 20.